Hi, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a timetable in Word. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the orientation of my page from portrait to landscape. So I'm going to go to Layout, Orientation, click on the drop down and select Landscape. I'm just going to zoom in. And the first thing I'm going to do is to create a table, and that table will consist of 5 days plus the top row for timings. And then I'm going to have 5 lessons, a lunch hour, and so that will add up to 5 plus the lunch hour 6 plus the days is 7. So if I go to Insert, go to Table, I'm going to want 6 down and then 7 across. And then just take away your mouse, and there we're left with this table here. Now, whilst my cursor is in the top left of this top cell, I'm just going to press Enter, and you can see my cursor comes out, and this allows me to press my Enter key and push that table up, or I can push it back up again. Just allows me to move it. So in order to fill our page, we can change the height of these cells. So select your table. You can either click on this square here like that, or you can go to the bottom right and just click and drag to select the entire table. Then let's go to Table Layout, and here you can see height and width. We're going to keep the width for now, but on height, what we're going to do is we're going to change, in fact, let's just select those cells. Let's keep this top row free because we want the timings to go along here, so they don't need to be quite so big. So I'm going to select 2.7 and make them 2.7 centimeters tall. You can see we've got an additional page at the bottom, but hold on a second, I'll correct that in a minute when we've just done this top row. I'm going to go across this top row and I'm going to change the height of this row to 1 centimeter. And as you can see, if we zoom out, we've got our table all selected on this page here, but we've created an extra page which we don't want. And that's because we just need to extend our margin just a little bit more at the bottom. So the quick and easy way to do that is go over to your ruler. If you can't see a ruler, go to View and make sure this ruler is checked here in this checkbox. Hover your cursor between the white and grey section, click and then just drag down until that page disappears. There we go. Just drag it down a bit more. There we go. And now you've got your table on one page and you haven't created an additional page. We can get the title in at the top, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm just going to put my cursor to the top of this table, hit the Shift key. Again, we've moved that down, so we're just going to have to move that back up, and we'll have this gap at the bottom here. That's not a problem. So now we'll start to enter in our data. Let's just zoom in. So first of all, we've got our timings across the top. Now you can see my cursor's at the top here, and if I begin to type, you can see that all of my text is at the top left of my cell, whereas actually I want everything throughout all of my table to be in the center. So again, select my table, top left, go to Layout, and then you go to this section here, and this tells you where you can place your text. I'm going to select the middle one, which is center, and then everything will be centered that we type into these boxes. So let's go ahead and enter the rest of this information. Okay, we can now enter in all of the other information, our subjects, and then we'll come and sort the lunchtime stuff out shortly. Now, if you want a double lesson, let's say these two periods here were together and you wanted to join these two cells, just select them, go to Layout and just select Merge Cells, and then you can type in your subject. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in all the different subjects. Okay, so now you've got all the information in, we can customize this completely now. So you can change all the font if you want to, font sizes, etc., etc. So I'm just going to select all of the text here, just in this middle section. I'm going to go to Home, and I'm going to change the font. Let's change it to this one here. And you can change the font size. You can make them bigger or smaller. make those a bit smaller. Now in terms of colour, you can change each individual text colour. So let's say we wanted French in a red, select that, go to the Home tab, and here you've got font colour. If you click on the drop down, you can change all your French lessons to a red or maybe an orange colour. And then you can go down, do the same here, French, and then just click because it's already selected orange. And you can do that if you want to. Alternatively, you can actually colour the cell itself. So place your cursor in the cell, go to Table Design, and go along to this icon here that says Shading. If you wanted to colour the cell, you just click Shading, and it will actually colour the entire cell. And you can again do that for all the different subjects. It makes that a little bit easier for you. But in this case, let's just colour these cells here. I'm going to colour these grey. So I'm going to select this grey here. And then you can, if you want to, go across the top. And then I'm going to select a lighter grey to go across the top here. And then what we can do, if we want to change the days to bold, let's go to Home, select bold. We can increase and decrease the size of this one. Let's change that font to DIN, and then we can increase the size of those if we want to. And then you get across the top here, make those bold. And now we need to sort out lunchtime here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this line over. All you do is hover your cursor over the line, it will change to a double-headed arrow, and then just pull it over. If you want these cells to be the same size again, just select them, go to Layout, and just select Distribute Columns, and you can see those cells are now an equal size. You can do the same this side, Distribute Columns, and again this one hasn't worked so much here because it's distributed these two equally. So again, you can just grab this line here, just move that back over, and then we need to merge all of these cells here. So just select them, go to Layout and click Merge, and there we have our lunch hour. Now instead of typing lunch and then turning it round, and then you haven't got quite so much flexibility if you want the word to stretch out along here. So what we're going to do is use Word Art. So I'm going to go to Insert, Word Art, and click on this black one here. And then I'm just going to type lunch. Then I'm just going to turn that around. And then once you get to 270 degrees, you know it's perfectly vertical. I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit, and then I can go up to Home, and again I can adjust the font size. So I'm going to reduce the font size by using this Decrease Font Size tool here. Let's see how that fits. And then I'm going to stretch these letters out using a font dialog box. So double click inside, let's just double click. There we go, it will turn the letters round. Select that word, then right click, go down to font. Now in this dialog box, go to advanced, you've got character spacing here, go to spacing, and then you can select a number here, or you can use this up and down arrow. If I just use the up arrow, you can see there's a little preview at the bottom here. I'm going to take that right up to 10 points. Sorry, 10 points. There we go. And then click OK. And then if you just click outside, it will turn that round for you again. And then you can use your arrows just to move that to where you want it. Now if you just wanted to change the font of this, go to the Home tab, and let's select this one. See how that one's a bit nicer, so let's use that one. There we go. And now if we wanted a title across the top here, again I'm going to use Insert, and I'm going to use Word Art. Click on that one again. I'm just going to move it up to here, double click inside, select all, Command or Control A, and then we can type in Timetable. Now the reason I've used Word Art or a text box is because it's far more flexible. I can move this anywhere I want. So if I want it over here, if I want it in the corner, I can move it. Whereas if you just type it, you're quite restricted as to where the letters will fall. So just stick it in a text box or use Word Art. And then also at the same time, if you select it, go to Shape Format, go to Align, you can align it to the center here. and it will perfectly align that into the center of your page. Then when you zoom out, you can look at it from afar and think, oh, I'm not quite sure about this, or I want it to go further down, or move the title down. Now I want my table to go down a bit further, and I know that will create an additional page, but I'm going to put it where I want it, which is probably about there, and then I'm going to move these margins down a bit more until I lose my second page. There we go, and then I'm going to click on this one. I'm just going to use my arrow keys to move it up. Click away, just zoom out a bit. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that layout. Now this one seems to have jumped up here, I'm not sure why. Let's go to layout, center. It doesn't seem to want to do it, so let's select the two of them. It's for some reason selected the three of them, and I'm not sure why. Let's select these. Let's change them to another one and then bring them back again. No, that English doesn't seem to want to work. There we go, the center text is still not lined up perfectly. I'm not entirely sure why. This is, I think this is affecting it here, so let's just move that again. Okay, let's use this icon here, see where we are with things. So let's delete that, and then let's center it. There we go. Take that off. Perfect. So sometimes things do go wrong, even go wrong when I'm sorting them out. But this little icon up here is really helpful. If you click on it, it'll show you all the little marks, and where you've got return marks and that sort of thing that just might be moving things a little bit out of place. And then just click away and it will all disappear. Now I've also just quickly noticed that these lines haven't moved over at the top here. So again, you can just adjust them, move those lines over so they line up perfectly with the lines below. There we go. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.